Radio, they get the Mr. and Miss Voice of Salon 2024 live at Messing Car Park, opposite Biango Farm. The date na February 14, Valentine's Day. Entrance fee na 50 euros. Can see where girl picking and boy picking there, they first forget 1 grain crown. Are you self-seeing? Not a wonderful news stand, eh? Well, before I talk more, I'll show you this place. Come inside and see more. This is not the pool area in case you want to relax and get a very nice time. As you can see, the water very much clean and the area very much spacious. To me, young girl, we like for take nice and quality pictures. As you can see, we get a very nice background for una. And I promise say, when at the camp at this wonderful program, we're not going to get anything but the best. In case you are relaxed, we get perfect hot here. We get good things because we get some of the family that we not go on for more relax inside the pool. Then we get them perfect hot there for una. And it's so now about missing car park. What in our space? You can park. You don't need to worry about jam-packed business. Space there enough. We get the parking space here for now one for car with the space enough. Nothing no dey to worry about. Don't forget to the date na February 14, Valentine's Day. Entrance fee na just 50 euros, no more. We dey assure una safety and maximum security. Una safety na we priority.
Una safety now we priority. Okay, so that's viewers salon organizing some kind of miscontext. Una know for say me not to pay attention to miss this, miss that, but then sometimes it's a way of bringing the community together, rallying and forget stress and what have you. My family, una good evening. I hope so now they do well. I hope say life has treated you fair this week. I hope say not too much stress, in the hustle and bustle of life. Yeah, una good morning, una good evening, una good afternoon, wherever una the watch we from. Hello to the YouTubers, the Facebookers, the X Nations, the Instagrammers, and those watching us via the app. Hello to you all, those listening to us from the motherland, the republic, as I normally would call it. Una all cabo, una kushe. I hope say una all did well this Saturday. Well, my week has not been great because at the month the death of one of my little goobers then, so as a matter of fact she was laid to rest today. My dear lovely Morenike, may your soul rest in perfect peace. I will miss her tremendously. She was only 20 months old, but she's going to be with the Lord. And yeah, life goes on, right? Anyways, I'm here today. I'm here now, and I want to be fully present because of the issue at hand and the topic we dare so for deliberate on today. So the topic for tonight's show is Sierra Leone, suspenseful showdown. Anticipating Tribunal'S verdict on the suspended Auditor General. So today, I know they go inside, the hustle and bustle of the Republic per se, but they go inside something way very, very, should be very dear to each and every Sierra Leonean. Because when I don't see the recent Auditor General reports, right? Uno don't see. Maybe let me go into that a little bit further down the show. Let me just set the pace and set the tone for the show. It's very important for make we discuss this. It's very important for make we know wetin dey happen to the nations appointed Auditor General and Deputy Auditor General. Now, I know they talk of no less a person than the person of Madam Lara Taylor Pierce, as well as in Deputy Mr. Tamba Momo. Those are the two people I'm referring to on the show. Una know for say, thing be happen. But before I sit down proper inside this show, yeah, so because of, because I want to do justice to the issue, I want to be as fair, as equitable, as balanced as possible. I want the Sierra Leonean people them for know exactly the ins and outs of this case as best as I can able to present them. I want to make them understand the nuances, okay, of the subject matter. I want for make them understand waiting at the case, now the state's imposition versus the defense, them methodology used and them position as well. Because remember, now the tribunal has come to a close. It was an open case, it was an open tribunal. Anybody was welcome to go in there. The reporters were welcome to report on it and ask questions. Right? Now, I get for bring somebody where I know for say equal to the task, somebody where I know for say speak the language of auditing, somebody where I know for say don't work now a first world country where get X amount of years and expertise. Somebody who I know for say when them put number before them, there is no way you can fool him with numbers. When I see how during the election, when everybody was dancing around the numbers, when I see how we come back and take them, broke the number, them, how we nyaka scatter the number them for una, for make we able understand the errors that are and the errors that needs to be corrected, and why the system from the get-go was flawed, right? So I need for bring an ammunition with me that because in this instance, I'm not speaking international development, I'm not speaking policy, right? I'm not speaking international, I'm not speaking policy, I'm not speaking communication. I'm speaking strict to dicto by the letter, by the book, the application of things, right? So I bring with me Nayaso today for can really sit down and nyakanyakaram for una in the best way possible. No less a person than the person who I know for saying, na me one grain no more, the mamina power, na me one grain able drum, na me na the memuna, na me na the sowe, na me na the, the what you call it, the alpha and the omega, we able pull and come out and say, today you there with me, na so Mr. Kago, tell family I do.
Fambule Munadu and Madam Matilda completely right. It really dragged me into this, but I really appreciate this though because this is a very important issue for Salone. And before I just go too far, I want for particularly appeal to we brothers and sisters them where they support the current administration because plenty time they can talk about Southeasterners versus Northwesterners. The two people that we Matilda just reference. Again, I don't want to be tribalistic now, but I feel say very essential for we bring them to our attention. Or una go don't know already, but let we just remind una. The suspended Auditor General, if I understand correctly, na Creole, and in suspended deputy, na Mende. So then two combinations, then they broke that barrier when they talk about, say, oh, now because of na Creole or na because of Northeasterner, I make them suspend them. So the same thing again to the southeast. So then two people then cross across, then cut across then two major regional factions here. So I just want to remind you now. So now that make our law late to rest, say, oh, then suspend the Auditor General and a deputy because now northeasterners, now northwesterners. That's not the case. We not get no evidence of that. I go pause here, and again, Mina Abdul Karim Kagbo. I know say all them praise them, they are not deserve them, but I'm glad for Denaya, and thank you where you invite me for can talk about this very important issue where they affect the country.
Indeed, very, very important issue indeed, because I mean, we long term people them can say if you don't know usai you dey go, you for know usai you come out. So in this matter, I think we for know, if we don't know where we're going yet, it is very important for us to know usai we come out, because understanding usai we come out maybe could help we shape the trajectory of Usai with the go, or define the road of Usai with the go. When I go recall that, in 2021, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if my dates are not, failing me, in 2021, I believe, if my dates are not failing me, the audit reports come out nado. When the audit reports come out nado, this is something that, the Auditor General, then Auditor General, Madam Lara Taylor Pierce, done they do for so many years. And it on the audit, the office system, different office system by the state, and waiting if and I they pull come on a door, waiting in office fen. Let me not say waiting in fen, but waiting in office fen, because it's a collaborative effort. It's an entire machine that does the work, right? Not to anyone going to do the work. Waiting in office fen and they pull come on a door. Una know for say over the years, somebody like myself, every time where the Auditor General reports come on a door, normally it's around that Christmas time, I can sit down, I read the Auditor General reports to Una. We dey go sometimes page by page, or sometimes they do the summary pages them and do the conclusion them, because it can so hectic and so much, but we dey look at the main issues them, or main thing them we come out na do. And then after the report, una remember say I can do an entire show of the report, waiting the report fan, and waiting that signify for we country as to accountability, as to the use of the public purse, right? And also as to furthering our aspirations to be a middle income country, as to development and all of that. But this particular Auditor General report took a different turn. It took a different turn. It took a different turn in the sense that the gangs in power felt that it was a vicious attack against them. That is how it came across, that it was a vicious attack against them, that it was a malicious attack against their institution, against their governance, against their governing. I don't see when accountability, or demanding for transparency, or demanding one to be accountable should be seen in malice. I don't see why it will be seen in malice. But waiting follow na something way I think say shock everybody, left everybody shocked, even though we could see the writings on the wall, even though we been see the writing at the wall, at some point we've been strongly believe, say, listen, the manifesto, the platform on which them people they are so come into governance, at some point, somewhere along the line, something has to click. And they have to at some point say, listen, this is one way where we can definitely solidify one of we manifesto mandates them. But rather unfortunately, and I say rather unfortunately, waiting ensue now, name calling, backclashes, threats, open public threats, audios them, videos them, this, that, bashing, integrity questioning, and all of that. To the point where, if una can recall, we noticed that there was an intervention of the ACC, right? Now notice that masterpiece conference where Francis Benkel Fala been doing, where he been they talk about how, in light of the findings of the Auditor General report and the missing, I believe they were laptops and missing generators, where they're not able, link the numbers them, waiting, then at the book, from waiting, then produce were two different things. So how do you reconcile? Where you can talk about, say, even though na the procurement form, na one name be listed, but because of so and so, then we go for go procure with another person, this, that. So, long story short, then kind of make a whole press conference about how now this happened and now that they happen, even though now this be right, whatever. Good. But what was to follow after that press conference, they would remember, after that press conference day, what was to follow was something that, again, like I say, if you genuinely aspire, you want for change things, you want for maintain integrity, you want for maintain honesty, you want for push go before. This is one institution that you should value. This is especially if you get somebody at the helm of the institution where, to my knowledge, knows their work, knows what professional code of ethics is, knows the rule within which they for engage. Now something that they way for appreciate, now something way for celebrate. But what we noticed was Warawere, the Auditor General, as well as in deputy, then send them on suspension. And I think it was an indefinite suspension because there were no dates to it. And then we get an erudite, somebody who really sabi the law, somebody who really study the laws of Sierra Leone, who really understand the constitution, really understand the statutes them, different statutes them, where they govern Sierra Leone. And I'm talking about no less a person than lawyer Francis Charles Magai. And remember, where lawyer Francis Charles Magai came, he writes, a very lengthy, statement as to why he strongly believes, the president has overstepped his bounds. The letter, there are no need for going to the letter, no need for going to the different citations them way lawyer Magai give at the time. Basically saying this is unconstitutional, Mr. President. Your powers are being used willy-nilly. Like, get a grip of yourself. It did not stick. The International Institute of Auditing write a letter to the president of Sierra Leone saying that, guy, what do they do so right now? You are really disturbing matters here. You're doing something that is not constitutional. Reinstate this person. We see no reason why you will suspend this person for simply doing their job. Did they listen? No. Instead, what happened was they suspended them before setting up a tribunal. After the suspension, because normally the way where the law go is that if indeed you found them wanting of something, and if indeed the things say they don't commit, they don't go against the grain of the professional ethics, then there is a meeting. From that meeting, they set up a tribunal. From that tribunal, then the committee now go decide which way do we go. Right? If it's a suspension, we suspend until we investigate. But none of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, none of them were followed. Basically, the state just did what the state wanted to do. And then we found ourselves here. We found ourselves where, from 2001 right up until December, I believe either November 23rd, 2003, when um, either December or November, I don't forget the exact date, but I'll go back and check the date, when the tribunal came to a close, right?
Yeah,
So
now
they
this,
don't
this
turn
December 12th,
December
22nd,
12th,
22nd.
22nd December,
Yeah.
right? 22nd December 2003. So a few days to Christmas. And if you look,
2023.
yeah, 2023, yes, 2023. And if you can remember, during my final closing year end, I can remember say I talk about the chief minister going to the, I think that was the tail end of the tribunal, going to the tribunal, taking a photo inside the tribunal and saying that, oh, in can attend the proceedings, in can watch waiting they go on at the proceedings of the Auditor General and in deputy. And if you recall at that time, I'm like, what business do you even have there? Don't you have enough work to take care of? Don't you have enough ministry to ensure that they are running properly instead of poke nosing in this one? Like, do you have to be everywhere? I mean, I said it in passing and then I dropped the ball. But now we are here. We are here where we need to understand. What in the state bring forward as accusation, as misconduct by these individuals and determine, remember we are not lawyers here, but based on the evidences presented in court, based on the proceedings, based on what's public knowledge, and ascertain, was the state within its powers in the first place? Did the state abuse state authority and privileges? Or did they judiciously use state authority and privileges? Now, some of the questions that we need to ask ourselves today. And moving forward, now that it's been what? Today is the what? Today is the
The
3rd
third,
of February.
the 3rd of
So
February.
it means technically it's been over a month since the tribunal ended, since the tribunal came to a close. The 22nd of, since the tribunal came to a close, according to what was stated in court, we for don't get a verdict now. We for don't get something for don't Canada. But over a month passed, nothing has been said. It is business as usual. Everybody is going on business as usual, as though there isn't something very important on the ground to take care of. Something we really, really go determine whether we are serious about our financial discipline, about our accountability, about our transparency, and about the methods then what would they use for spend the state money. Somebody go ask me, say, Matilda, you sit on a salon, na Canada, I concern you. It concerned me because somehow, some way me penny them. They na them, some of them money then they. Because I pay taxes in Sierra Leone. I may not live in Sierra Leone, but I do pay taxes in Sierra Leone. Consistently every year, I pay huge amount of taxes in Sierra Leone. And then tax then they, I know who side then they go. And because who side then they go, now they then they pull for use. I have questions. I am concerned. So make we sit down inside this proper, I want to lay some of the statutes of the Constitution. What in the Constitution say about the Auditor General, the role of the Auditor General. Precisely, I want to look at the Sierra Leone Constitution. I want to look at section 119. I want to go to two subsections then. Winner, subsection 6 and subsection 9. After I don't lay them to them there, they bring come the experts, as you know him, for Kanya Kafoe. Allow me go to while the producer go put up 119. But if you're not able to put up 119, allow me, give me a few minutes, I'll be there. So under 119, tell you for say they read two parts them under 119. I know they read the entire 119. Under 119, I want to read section 6 and section 9. Yeah? Section 6 of 119 of the Constitution, waiting is say. And for some of una waking like for follow, you know, the headings of the different sections then. This one also precisely they talk about establishment of the office and functions of Auditor General. Establishments of the office and function of Auditor General, right? For some of you waking let for follow. Subsection 6 reads, Parliament shall debate the report. No, that's subsection 5. And now 6 me one go to 6 and 9 now the two way me they look at now so because now in concern really waiting we they talk about now so 6 say in the exercise of his function under the Constitution or any other law. So I they replace his here, so obviously we Auditor General having a she, so in the exercise of her function, right? In the exercise of her function under the Constitution or any other law, the Auditor General shall not be subject to the direction or control of any persons or authority. The Constitution not say some persons. The Constitution did not say some authority. It said any, nobody, it said not subject to the authority. It said not subject to the direction or the control. Means say not to nobody not for tell them or show them how for do in work. Nobody. He say, he writes and clearly, let me read it again. In the exercise of her functions under this Constitution or any other law, so this Constitution, why they read so, or any other law, any, the word any means all thing, no matter what in any other law, the Auditor General shall not be subject to the direction or control of any person or authority. Make we go to number 9. What did number 9 say? Number 9 say, the provisions of sections 37 of this Constitution relating to the removal of a judge of the Supreme Court of Judicature or other than the Chief Justice from office shall apply to the Auditor General. Now I make a read them for una again. Now una listen on. Now that make lawyer Magai been write waiting he writes. He say 9. The provisions of section 137. And I go read 137 of the Constitution, what it say. It say, of this Constitution, relating to the removal of a judge of the Supreme Court of judicature other than the Chief Justice from office shall apply to the Auditor General. Mr. Kago, make we sit down inside even with this. If we go to 137, waiting 137 they tell we. And if we go strictly by waiting 137 they tell we, and waiting 119, 9 don't tell we, what are we up to in Sierra Leone is the question I may ask. For starters.
Well, very clearly, I believe say Boku Salon people and know that by now. Again, I go back to the initial statement where I make. This issue, I really want on behalf of Matilda, when are the host, becoming our guest, and on behalf of Sierra Leone'S, them, let we use this with a critical lens. Let we not use them with party lens. The reason we make her ask so, where they say this, the lady in question, in terms of all the thing that they accuse them of, this particular lady in report, now him, I don't know if una go remember that GTT report where the government transition teams report. Most of the thing the way they write, the references the way they make, now from Madam Lara Taylor Pierce in subsequent reports them. So if this person that don't use in subsequent reports them and consider the reports them they as credible against APC, So why, for whatever reason now, they say it's not credible? I go kind of want to talk about the major charges them where them bring forward, so people and go will get the perspective. We feel say a very concerning yeah. Because where you look at then charges then they, you ask yourself, what in prompt then charges then they? Because clearly, from what we gather now, it say the suspended Auditor General of Sierra Leone, Lara Taylor Pierce, and her deputy, Tamba Momo, faced charges including professional misconduct, conflict of interest, breach of confidentiality, and third-party confirmation. That last part, the third-party confirmation, we understand, say, all the other charges that we then bring, they not be get strong evidence. So then concentrate on the last one, where now the third-party confirmation. I will touch on that as we go along with respect, what that they mean, a third-party confirmation. So very quickly, let's just kind of, before I left people them hanging, let's just make it clear. What they refer to now is, if you be member, the major bone of contention, I go say, now that will be say the office of the president submit receipt, hotel receipt, where then receipt then they some numbers they not add up. And some numbers they make them in a different currency, and within the same receipt then make another currency, and you they see evidence of forgery. So that, to me, any Sierra Leonean, and me want for make them back very clear to the president, say you as president, you're very busy with the day-to-day administration of the country. They go up and down and stuff. So I feel say if I be blessing in disguise to the president, where the audit service pick this up, because it possible say now somebody within your office they forge documents then, so for like then go get extra cut out of then receipts then there or whatever it is. So for like the audit service pick them up, you for even give kudos for that. So now that
Yeah.
angle there I want to take. But rather the charge where them bring say, okay, they don't present their receipt here from your understanding. So their receipt here, the audit service send and say, well, we receive receipts then, but we get question on their receipts then they want for now verify if indeed their receipts then they now receipts then we come off from una. So apparently, then verify that. So still, the audit service not be see say it really go well. So then kind of realize say, well, this in the interest of the government and the people of Salone, let we go check with the people them the institution where issue this receipt. And let me
Yes.
pull that technical part aside. Any reasonable person go do exactly that. But let me say you picking can with result. And then you see say it don't take blade or razor and stuff. It change something them. Waiting are your next course of action. Not to for contact the teacher who writes the report card. So reasonably, that's not the right step. So let me put first that technicality or whatever it is. So waiting the audit service do because they're not be still satisfied and want for really try for do all this on behalf positively though on behalf of the government and say if them people here then defraud the office of the president and at the same time try for defraud Sierra Leone'S them because at the end of the day now taxpayers them they pay this excess money where then go down forge and stuff like that. So now we go and contact the hotel if indeed this not the receipt where they issue. So me fumble them. That's not the case where the government bring. According to the government, from my understanding, they say the audit service for them ask them permission before they go contact the hotel people, them, the third party. So now that it mean. So una take una digest this. So again, I use that common thing way combra them. Whether if you know born self like you brother picking or you pick or fambul picking, they can do that. You know, and we all know that. You know, so for like where una in my own understanding and definitely I don't get any personal interest in this other than as a Sierra Leonean. I feel so una for even give the audit service kudos instead of una charge them for third party confirmation saying una want go confirm with a third party. So as a result of that, una for seek them permission. And so I go engam there because now there I want for low spend a lot of the time because all the other charges them where them bring forward from the understanding, then charges then they're not pressed too hard on them. This one then they press so hard because I think it bothered them for like the country realize say fake receipts come up from the president's office. I go pause.
Yeah, I go just like what you say. If you say you go now for fight corruption, if you say one of your flagship mandates them now for bring calm down corruption and mismanagement, something that like this they happen right inside your soul, and somebody fena say now this they happen inside your solo, now this nine and they pin inside your horse. Like you say, I will be happy to know that there is a big alata of pig inside my house. And that, somebody there inside. That's that's the how they call her, the puss where I get my house. See don't know more they eat for nothing. That the puss wey I get na house able sniff say Arata don't come inside this house, Grumpig don't come inside this house, and something must be done about it. So I am surprised, quite surprised, and I should say a lot of Sierra Leoneans and quite surprised that the presidency was not happy about these findings. Because anybody was serious about the things that we then claim say na in can for fact, my goodness, you should have been like bingo. Thank you that Brapus, Sidono man not just they feed you for nothing. And the audit, the compliance audit standard, SI 4,000, is very clear about when you suspect malpractice, when you suspect say some yuki don't go on. It's very clear about waiting at the role of the audit service, waiting the role of the audit service for do in terms of that under the risk of fraud. It states and they clearly subsection under the audit service compliance standard 400. It states and clearly say under section 58. It say the auditor shall consider the risk of fraud throughout the audit process and document the results of the assessment. It go on further under 62 for say, when suspected fraud has been identified, the auditor takes action to ensure that they respond appropriately according to the SI's mandates and the particular circumstances. In the circumstances, the mandate of the Auditor General, now for proof say, waiting you show me not true. In this particular circumstance, the puss wey inside the house smell Grumpig and smell Arata. And he want for make sure say this Grumpig and this Arata not supposed for the inside this house. A mandate tell him for say you for go dig. You for make sure when you notice Grumpig or you smell Grumpig and Arata, you for honor them. So why is her office being criticized for one of the Grumpig and the Arata them? And then the state come, vexingly, being vexed. What then they do now? Not to a favor, the woman was doing her job. They were doing her job, the job that the state mandated them for do. That's what she was doing. And in the process found irregularities. And in ethics, in code of conduct, dictate, it demands say when if any irregularities, if I go after and make sure, say waiting is smell, not to him is smell. That if na okra soup been the cook, it smells say na sawa. It need for make sure say okra soup not turn to sawa and sawa not turn to okra soup. But then what ensued? What happened? The states now go because they like you say the GTT reports the very person in report in work where una hang on to, where una use for put una self before, for es una self at the handle the lie of everything. Now the very person in report now, una they say, no, damnation be unto you. Because enough fit on a narrative this thing. Because someone within has drank too much of the Kool-Aid, they've gotten drunk from the Kool-Aid, and they fell on the wayside sleeping. And they were caught sleeping. And now they question them. When you pay Gateman, they pay Gateman for sleep. You pay Gateman for make it watch your house, for make it watch your business, for make it watch your property. So when the Gateman they doing work now, you say like you ask and say, what to make you not be make sonko, what to make you not be make like say you do wrong, what to make you not be from sleep. Basically, that's what they are saying. Why make when the thief man then come broke na the house? Why when they ring the bell? Why make instead of when you sharp your cutlass make them know say tin they are so you say Why make you not go lay down and pretend like we're saying you not see them? That's basically what the state is saying. And in so doing now, then bring an accusation, then levy an accusation on the office of the Auditor General, on the suspended Auditor General, and in deputy, saying that the process through which they went about the audit was wrong. Mr. Kago, I want to make you tell the state, say, the state, the accusation is that they use financial defense, auditing. The Auditor General, on the other hand, in they say he use compliance auditing. When I in office mandate and for do compliance auditing, have these offices complied with the rules and regulations? Have they spent in the manner in which they are supposed to spend? Do they have receipts for their spending? Can they account for their spending? I felt because the state seriously realized how trapped they are in saying that the gateman not for alatif where supposed for alatif, that the gateman not for sharp the cutlass where supposed for sharp the cutlass. They tried to use dubious, duplicitous mechanism for try for nab these two patriots. I want to make you explain to me, to the people, the difference between the two. The mandate where na compliance and waiting the state they talk about financial auditing. Please, sir.
Well, clearly, to me, waiting I want try for do, and I want for let we go too technical, but I'm glad that question the way you ask so go lay the premise. I want for make and clear to people them where it come to professional misconduct. Now, but almost all the major professions, all the professions themselves, now, side way, it get boku things them where you can consider professional misconduct. And I make them decide for through boku thing then talk about conflict of interest, then talk about breach of confidentiality, meaning conflict of interest, meaning something will go benefit you, even though you're not supposed for do harm, you do harm. So again, the example where I go give people them, parantarawali, we all know say you're not supposed for directly hire in WEF. So yes, London and salon say in WEF not for work, now the same place usai a man they work, but because of indirectly involved, and you know say that money way the woman get for they bring come home, it get for enjoy that money they so now make them call them conflict of interest. So then bring similar things, say Madam Lara Taylor Pierce, it do something where it get personal stake, it get advantage to them. But unfortunately for them, from my understanding, they're not able get strong enough evidence for push with a particular charge day. So that's now one of several of their professional misconduct kind of charges we then bring to them. On a member, we don't talk about an viewer several times. Almost all the presenters, them, me, Matilda, Mr. Shilon, Mr. Mengot, we don't talk about that. And even with sister programs, if I be talk about that by English, we the African Voice Network about the Auditor General. So all them charges they are now bogus charges, and what they then do, then try for go back in the technical way and say, okay, well, you get two set of auditing we then talk about saying, well, in suppose for audit, the financial statement of the departments, the ministries, and that, then they for be in concentration. But again, then get waiting and call compliance audit. And decide where are they work. Even the model them we are they put together for forecast, economic activities, and things like that. The people who they audit, they not even get the technical ability, but you know what you say? Break them down for we, so let we understand what you they do for make sure say you not put the department at risk. Let you not forecast something, you say something terrible will happen, and it scared people them because of the name of your department. So you see, audit, they even audit till we're not to any financial thing at all. So I want to let people to understand that. So this one is very simple. A compliance something. Say, bo, let I verify if this receipt now the proper receipt will come out from the hotel. So
Yeah.
how are they for considered financial statement audit? So again, let us show Una the difference. I just explained briefly for like that person within a village. Let he understand waiting are they refer to. So let us show Una the major difference there. I will begin first with the financial audit. So like I sort of adjust Naya. You see I'm clearly Matilda.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the
Would you
financial
like me to?
statement or
Oh, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
the financial statement audit. What are the purpose of that in the first place? A financial statement audit aims to provide accurate assurance, on the accuracy and fairness of an organization's financial statements, including the balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement. So this is not the technical part. And then still they do them. Because remember that they go and look the books them and all that. And what's are the main focus for financial statement audit? It primarily focuses on the financial data and transactions of an organization to ensure that they are presented in accordance. I use this, I don't know whose standard salon then they use, but the general acceptable accounting principles, where we call GAAP, or the relevant accounting standards. So I don't know whose standard then they use now salon. But this standard we they use now the GAAP standard, like the GAAP principle for standards. And we they use the international standard now we they use. So waiting at the key area where the audit can examine, because it's very important for understand that. The auditors then they examine the financial records, transactions, internal control, and financial statements to determine if they are free from this awalona underline material misstatements, errors, or fraud. Okay, so you they do the financial auditing, and then you pick up the misspecification, like if they write something we're not supposed to be that, and the errors they whether not intentional or unintentional, they need for pick them up if they want for do the job proper. And if they neglect for do all this, then will be considered a violation of the ethics of the profession. So then they will be considered professional misconduct. If liar not be do this, so therefore be in a breach of the misconduct principle. So this now the key for the financial statement audit. So finally on that, let me talk about the role. Waiting at the role of the the auditors, like the rule. So the audit role is to express an opinion on whether the financial statements are fairly presented, and if any material misstatements exist, they report them. And this now exactly Lara try for do. So even the thing where they say use financial statement audit standard, even the financial statement audit give him the go ahead for like a verify if he understand or they understand, audit service understand, say, error day in their statement here, or fraud day in them thing here. So even within the financial service audit, the financial statement auditing component where then bring them. Even with that, I go show now the compliance in a little bit. But I just want for
Yeah.
Leona know say, even the one where then bring them say, oh well, it's supposed for embark on the financial statement audit, na for do. Even so, they still not for be able to get off the hook with the purportedly fraudulent receipt, because it show clearly say now the role of the auditor for make sure say them bring that up. Because again, I don't want to be too technical, but let me take them in a
Mr.
general.
I
Yes.
just want to correct something. They say now this audit nine a conduct, and that it not gets the right and the authority for conduct this audit. Whereas the defense in they say, as a matter of fact, not to this audit self me conduct. Now the other one Naya conduct. So funnily enough, that you are now pointing it out that if even she had conducted this audit, she was well within her rights.
Okay. So whichever one, because me understanding where they follow the case, say them want for let it do the financial statement audit, thinking to say it will just concentrate on the numbers and report them as them present them to them. Because not the simple way that say, okay, well, you they just look into the numbers then where we present to you, the receipt will present to you as is. So whether a kind of fraudulent misstatement or whatever it is, you still just for take them as is. So now I'm
Yeah.
understanding that. But the financial statement audit, and not just say, look at the numbers and you not try
Right.
for go after something where you feel say erroneous or you suspect, like in this case, the forged receipt, now fraudulent activity. So when you suspect that, then you definitely get for go back and make sure say you understand them. When you don't understand them, and then you report them to the public. So while they pull out the compliance audit one, please remind people them. I know say the Nations Cup quarterfinal they on. I make boku people them because I even hear me brother say the Allah. So if we miss Boku people them, we kind of the rival with that. So it not surprise me for like maybe people are not on the call and all that. But remind people them please of the numbers them so then go be aware and let them know say the phone lines they're open. Because where they talk so I believe say some people then go say, you know what, I know one for we distract them or something like that. No, this program we want to make them as interactive as
Yeah.
possible. So as a result of that, and in fact, we dey try for put together a question, a polling question, where we want for know what do you think the verdict will be. You think say
Yeah.
the Auditor General guilty of this professional misconduct, or you feel say you know guilty, or you undecided. So we will bring the polls very shortly for establish let we hear from una wetin una think. So I go pause there, let remind people them of the numbers them, please.
Indeed, make we hear it from una today. Like Mr. Kagbo say, me show the rival. That small thing where they can dey kick. When I can make some man kill themselves, some man they get attack, some man they waiting and call. But listen, that small thing can never replace. Mr. Kagbo not agree with me right now. Or you know they agree with me right now. For the Mr. Kagbo, we know they hear you. We know they hear you.
I just want to
You know, for
remind you say, we people them can warn against three things them. where you for try for avoid. They say religion, politics, and sports. So if you don't want for go get under people skin, so please just continue with your show. Don't criticize nothing. I don't throw the one as the older folks then can say. Then three things then they try for as much as possible for avoid them in a kind of peaceful conversation.
Mr. Kagwe,
Now
okay. Let me gaslight them a little bit. So when the team done us, then we can talk serious talk now also about salon issues. This is about, the progress of our nation. No, I mean, I was joking, but honestly, this is about the progress of our nation. This is about integrity. This is about somebody's integrity. This is about somebody's profession. This is about somebody's professional code of ethics being questioned. This is also about, the nation, the survival of a nation. Una not forget, where there is no integrity, where there is no transparency, the nation will crumble. So in as much as I poke fun and they make whatever, it's just too bad that today of all day, and me show always set at a particular time happen for be the quarterfinals of the African Nations Cup winner, something where people are very engrossed with all over the world. But however, I'm hoping that the game will finish before the show done, so that we will get more people and more interactions and more calls. But for those of you watching, please, the phone lines are open, and we toll-free number now 1-866-944-7722. We UK local that plus 4420 808-91455. We Australian local number na plus 6129098437, and then we WhatsApp number na 1-343-997-5828. And una not forget say we get we radio station at Freetown when at FM 91.9. We get we apps them for both, enabled for both, the Apple users as well as Android users. So please call for now way they watch. We don't follow this matter from the inception, from the beginning till usai ide. So we encourage you for call for Guna, and una no say me I like opinion polls. I like polls because it sort of most of the time predicts, they say events cast their shadows, right? But we would see how things play out at the end of the day. And I'm even tempted, because of what's going on, that this show would be rebroadcasted maybe midweek, maybe in another few days' time we'll go rebroadcast them again. It's just that it will be a rebroadcast that people will not have the opportunity to call in at that time, other than the calls them would take right now. But definitely this show would definitely rebroadcast again, just because of the seriousness of what we talk about today. Okay, I'll pass them over to you, Mr. Tango.
Well, thank you very much, and I really glad in the fact that you say we will rebroadcast it, but that don't mean so now for stop for what you. Because remember,
Exactly.
the rebroadcast, unfortunately, you're not going to get the opportunity for ask we direct question. And again, we are not saying me need afraid for, well, Matilda Seth, we need a scared for answer questions. So if we not get any questions, we not in doubt or any form of something we are relating to this topic though, because no want to let we go off topic here, relating to this topic. I know say one more brother, one time he say VOS for practice democracy. So in suppose for free for talk, but any topic we want to talk about, whether or not the topic where we discuss currently or not. So, but they are big because now 2 hours. So we want to make sure say we maintain the topic. We stick to this topic. But yes, I say I go show una the compliance audit aspect. Let us show now the purpose and all.
before you
Yes.
go further, I see
Yeah.
some of the audience that we YouTube, they ask, is the app working now? So if you can answer that question there for them, please.
Yes, and unfortunately, no. Waiting can happen. We get some technical issue with the provider. So we dey try now for build am, and we want build am want for rebrand VOS, and I be explain to people them na me show, and I do apologize when I no be give updates because na something we kind of they change very rapidly. So the app not dey on right now. If una click on the app, una go notice say I don't lock am. I lock am because of we be get some technical issue with the provider, and I want to make sure say the data is well secure and things like that. So Boku people they don't ask me that, but unfortunately, things there's so plenty in me that I not be able to update you. And my apologies. I they make open apology to you. But no, in all day on, and by God's grace, where we they come back with the app, we intend for include some things them we una all go gladdy why we take time for rebrand the app, because we want for include for the people like the last time we show I'll go out of tangent now a little bit. Somebody where I talk about this is so excited because we realize say salon we different salon man and salon man. Most times we can emphasize say, oh, that cassava leaf, if I married from outside salon, I'm not going to get the right cassava leaf, then kind delicacies and stuff. So what we intend for do, we want for within the app, we want for bring that feature we go kind of match make people them, like that kind of dating or something like that. So when I put that, when I talk about that, when we brother, I say, oh, I was so glad. I look excited already because I want for Fen Limba woman.
Okay, Mr. Tagbo, we stop here and we go on with the show. We
Yes.
speak no more. Let's go on with the show.
Yes. So actually, the app we dey try for rebrand the app in a way that we go able to bring plenty other things. Them we want for make bring a feature self where VOS go get something like a Facebook type of system where people then go kind of they tag each other and stuff. So we dey work on advancing the app. So the short answer is no, the app not there on right now, but we dey try for work on features them where we need for bring the content down. So my apologies on that. But please, we will work on that. We probably in the next week or two, we will don't complete that and we will publish that and we will send notification to we audience for let them know say the brand new VOS 2.0 app don't come on. So, but I just want for Larry light in the moment though, because then technical things here can make somebody get headache. So I just decide for lighting
Yeah.
up the moment. But yes, for right now, again, like I say, the phone lines they're open, and unfortunately, while I be the talk, the WhatsApp. Okay, I think we get even a call now on the WhatsApp. So before I go ahead, so maybe we can able to take
So I will take
this
the call.
call.
I will take the call on
Yes.
the WhatsApp. We come back. We can now look at
Yeah.
my
Yes.
member. We don't
So the call.
912.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and pick the call, please.
Yeah. Yeah. So caller, go ahead. Waiting on your name. Usai the call from please. Hello, caller. Call from
Yeah, made a call from the United States.
okay.
I tell you, thank you for this program. My own take on this program is Tina Shelo not go out of because I be answer something different, but let me continue that. Because all what we they say, so I mean, in the educatory but to me, it's like na headache to we. Because all the way through they say, so the only way for solve them, now for let we revisit the constitution, because the three legislature not they work the way it's supposed to. And I'm not going to say na salon no more they happen all over the world. So Mr. Karim, is one thing I disagree with you, what you just said recently. Because
Yeah, I
now
think
only
Karim
group,
had a middle name. That's fine. Go
okay,
ahead.
Mr. Karim or Kamara or whatever, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Mr. Kagbo.
It's one thing I disagree with you, because the democracy where they talk is only come from God. There is no democracy anywhere which existing right now, which perfect. Even the father of democracy, which is United States. Okay, let's go back now, Creole. The same thing they happen. Now them bring democracy now Africa, but let me tell you, who killed Gaddafi? There is any democracy in that? And at the end of the talk, but see, they're not the whole accountable of the disagree laws or whatever. America don't do a lot of things when a father of democracy, they no one they hold them accountable. So let me forget about that side. Okay. When they talk about the Auditor General, they not do nothing wrong. But the government of Salon, they been on the SLP, PAPC, whosoever within a government and then get the judiciary. They don't forward the case na court. Waiting the court don't do. Whose action way they don't take? They don't judge the right way or the wrong way. So this not the question for ask ourselves. How we go come together for change, amend the constitution, because we not the change constitution. America will this on at 27 time, if I'm not lying, I need no amending constitution, but still not the work the way it's supposed to. And two constitution America get. I don't know if you know that, because I don't care as a B citizen, I don't study a lot of things. The 1776 was the first one. And the 1870 we bring democracy, nine and they rule with so they cause problem. Because America not be ever be democracy in a republic. So I beg if we talk, let we go back and check waiting at the wrong. Only if we amend with constitution go make that country they go straight, but beside that na headache no more. I know in they quote the section and everything. I don't see where Gabi done. They argue with the students in the same constitution. When I landed man. So unless everything work the way it's supposed for, now I ain't gonna make we go forget about this say that train at the talk. Yeah, at the big.
Okay, so thank you very much, caller. I will go to the next caller. Caller, waiting on your name and also you the call from.
Yeah, we miss the next caller. Okay, the next caller they on now.
Okay. Caller, waiting on your name and also you the call from.
What's up? Go ahead, please.
Hello, viewers. This is Umaru the call.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. First of all, the WhatsApp line most of the time when I can do on who they try for call, the phone they ring, but to me also I can show for instance they say una they online, but it need to ring now on your side, you know. So I don't know, maybe not technical issues.
No, I be seeing, but because of with a art with technical person, we can bring the phone lines them with the watch game. So now maybe they kind of watch that line day. So where they talk now the screen and not be see them. So now I bring them to Matilda attention. Say we miss some calls them, but no the line the line work. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah, you know, sometimes people can talk like they don't understand, you know. I read another caller, they say the Auditor General not doing anything really bad. The Auditor General is really unprofessional. How you go see corruption you uncover? Why you no go set much? Just like quoting everybody understand as Salo. Why you foresee corruption? Why you foresee them forged document you talk on that account? You see, we don't use for settlement in that country. So if you come with other style, other than the style we sabi in that country, na problem. You see, we don't used to this country where you see something, you left like you see them. So the other one, the way they can they go say, hey, tomorrow now, so what they do, or the one where they come, they say tomorrow. We don't used to that. You know, it just not like me and you told that who don't grow up in a salon in Europe. We don't used to cassava leaf. No matter what you eat, if you not eat cassava leaf, they will not be satisfied. So now that now we problem as salon, even beyond the imagination. So somebody where they within a system, we want to make that particular change, it could be very difficult for them. You know, this one, even like even if in an S being in power or in the APC being in power, then this Auditor General want to uncover issues like this. Now the same thing, and tell God thank you, then get the court. The court, they really tell people and say there is a separation of power. And then your power link with the executive. Because the executive tell any do, because other than that, we they see what in the go on, and this by the way, the other call up in the talk about father of democracy. We will not able to know what the mother of democracy because everybody talk about the father, we don't know that the mother. But when you watch at the fathers of democracy, as we can say, you they see the man they run for the highest office in that country, where you do so. But you they see still they get caught where they go be after and make sure say he do the right thing, or even all accountable for what he be done they do. If we say we practice democracy, why we not for the lucrative thing and we pick the good part of them thing and rather than we just do what we feel say it benefits we. You know, and then one thing again where I want to ask you, I don't know if now go answer that question for me. If the Auditor General is unprofessional or he act unprofessionally, does it mean that all the corruption charges whether they don't charge the past executive due to the authentication of or the authenticity of that particular Auditor General and document? Does it mean that those people and the then money where they talk or the all in charge of them, does it mean that they are all being done unprofessionally? Because if you say if somebody they act unprofessionally or unprofessional misconduct, so why if for all that person in particular document for judge on certain people? So what we just go for ask questions. So now we begin to ask questions order or if the commission of inquiry, all the other things we don't talk about corruption, we don't make sure so with corruption system as we see as they say, it don't be stretching. Do we want to say now we ask them people and they say we for dismiss all in cases because the people away or the documents that we don't watch for come with them charges and they not true on professional misconduct then come with them document they. So they make we confuse self. Me salon business the bookman and too much. All man they speak English. Me I tell you, I wanna thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Umar. I think say I get for the try. I really need for try for broke this creole because the personal English can confuse Umar a little bit. You don't guess with this Boku English. But a brilliant contribution, though. Brilliant contribution.
Yeah. If you can able to do that, that would be awesome, though, because you don't tell where Umar they tell you say, dear Matilda, break down for we. So this is another wake up call. But it make a great point, though. You know why we for cherry pick whose report we they take as important and whose one we they say, oh, the lady not competent because that professional misconduct in general terms it a question your competency. So somebody way, as I say, that report that you watch the GTT report then online, most of the reference, I go say over 90% of the reference are from the Auditor General's report. So again, I don't make now my program before. It very clear. So this na strategy because of the kind of pantap where they don't know say the Auditor General in office will come out with, and it will affect them during the election, so then decide for preempt.
Right.
You don't get any other way for look at it other than that. But the question now is, though, to me, I want for really, before I go back to the compliance, because again, when
Yeah.
you ask me something, I need for doing. Before I go back to that, one thing I want to make very clear: this is not supposed to be about President Bill. It's not supposed
No.
to be about the office. It's supposed to be about the standard. I know, say, they talk
Yes.
repeatedly, say, salon, we don't load the bar, so we don't bring the bar so low that you're not able to understand whose standard salon they use. Because, like you talk about, oh, we they use international standard, like the ACC, they don't they talk about this all over the place. And look, even the Electoral Commission, itself claims, say, it use international standards. But we all know, say, that's completely false. Because if we
Right.
be using international standards, Salona for still they cry over that June election after 6 months, 7 months. So again, this na appeal me the appeal. For right now. By the way, I just want to make clarification in terms of when they finish. So then do the closing argument of this case on November the 23rd, 2023, but they ask the people that were involved for also submit a written conclusion. So that written conclusion, they submit them on December the 22nd. So you get the November right, but I just want to make people know, say, that written conclusion na December they submit them. So now it make us say na December 22nd. But in terms of the public closing argument, it be end November the 23rd. So even if we take December the 22nd, like how you rightfully so say, this is an important case where the
Yeah.
drag don't go for too long. Una don't hear the
Yes.
argument on both sides. Why una for take this long? And especially where the
Because
government, yeah, go ahead, please.
I feel say the reason we make them try for hurry for close the case on November 23rd, they were expectant. There is some international loans or international grants that they were expecting. And so long as certain things were not moving judicially, those loans were going to be stalled by the international lenders or the borrowers or the givers. So that then have been one of the strategies them where they use for access by wrapping up this case and by showing the international partners that there is willingness by the state to move this forward. The international partners were quote unquote lured into believing that things were moving along, and therefore they released this money to them. We all know the money why they talk, but I don't need for going to them.
You see, that's not the other problem with we Conti. Again, I keep going back. Mr. Shillon can say this repeatedly. Say President Bill in just pass mark. But na beneficiary, and that we call her make a great point. President Bill na beneficiary of the terrible constitution where we get. But let we take him as given. That's not in we get right now, the constitution. But even the terrible constitution, like how you be quote, it make it clear, say, this person, meaning the Auditor General in office, for let you remove them or even suspend them, you get to go through several steps. They just
Yeah.
wake one morning and send letter to them, oh, they don't suspend you. And then if for cease for going to the office day. And in a
Yeah.
banana republic mentality. That's not a civilized country's mentality that at all. So even the crappy constitution what we get is stated very clearly. So it shows President Bill he a kind of bastardize that provision in the constitution. So we get another call. Maybe I go pause here.
So we'll go take this call, but because of time, and I really want for sure the difference between financial audit and what's the
The
other word again?
compliance. Yeah, compliance
Compliance.
audit.
But after this call, we go to the compliance so that we get an awesome, like a full conversation about us. Call waiting on your name and also the call from.
What's up? Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for callback or for cut through una solid contributions on Abidegi. Mr. Kagbo talk something where me not being just agree with. You see, the constitution make am clear. The constitution of Sierra Leone almost in all situations almost clear, but the people not willing for implementer. Then same laws that way they see. We get landed people away come and media, they interpret these laws. Then they interpret them for sweet them. We get the SLPP and the way they did the opposition. The same law way the one the way in a power they talk, then get the same explanation, same defensive when they can put towards them laws there. Then when they in a power, the people waiting at the opposition set they do the same thing. What is so? This shows say the laws are there in the books. But believe me, if the people waiting at the end of affairs now relay willing for implement those laws, it will be very difficult. So what if we foresee that Sierra Leone'S, honest Sierra Leone'S, and for say I inherit this not mean anything, it don't make sense. Because as a credible leader with conscience, if you do the right thing, if you meet somebody we don't do the wrong thing, not me say if you do the wrong thing. We all now we they see, and then President Biono Tomawe for saying that Saloon don't grow up now, he don't spend all his life. At least he spent decade of his life outside. And you see how Western world, developed world, and they act. For the mere fact that we disaster don't misbehave, you don't misbehave, you don't bastardize the constitution, not me say if you take them as your advantage. Your credibility it lies within what you they do, not to waiting the other people and do. So yes, you inherit the bad constitution, but you foresee say you do the right thing. And until we will, because most of the laws there, the go you won't sabi constitution, no go book. Sorry, Matilda. Una go read the constitution, una go no say there is a clear path to where you answer the Auditor General. A path clear. The one way go school sabi read and write. Then no say na so it happen. If you not believe say na so it happen, call one of the opposition leaders. Right now, let me explain to the constitution. It will tell you exactly what in the procedure. But believe me, give a chance after 10 years like kind of power.
Yeah.
So now this we they see. We they see it happen always. So until the leaders the way they at the power, until the constitution, the one that will write the constitution, will contribute for write the constitution, self respect the constitution. Now so they did. But Salon a country and the one they go contribute for write the constitution, then they go to court for defend bad laws. If in a lie, watch the past commission of inquiry. Let's see the type of caliber of people that will go for defend the corruption act, and most of them contribute. Most of them have been serious people within the legal framework create that constitution. So you see, the laws are there. Sierra Leonean laws are there. Even though yes, sometimes it can tangle we because this one go they say so, this one they say so. But indeed, the laws are there until the people are willing to accept it and practice the particular law which Sierra Leoneans stand for. Okay, but if not that, just like what that caller say, we go to talk, we go talk tire. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Very brilliant contribution indeed. Well, Mr. Kagbo, make a pass them over to you. Make we go into
Well, clearly, Omar, maybe you missed that part. Matilda may make it very clear. Read the constitution is according to the current constitution where we get, and that part there we begin with say, well, BO inherits the terrible constitution. However, the crappy constitution where we get is still get a provision we show how for remove this person. So meaning that deliberately and not to something where even ambiguous for say you interpret them in a funny way or something. No loophole no they under. Particularly that
Yeah.
provision, they very clear. So I just want to make that completely clear to you, Umar. We agree with you, and at the same thing, nobody say. So let us talk now to the compliance audit aspect. So the compliance audit, within the purpose of the compliance audit. I just want, again, I will break this down for let people fully understand, because
Yeah.
we don't want to be too technical with people but at the same time, a nice for let them get what I will call the basic. So now the basic with the guna so in terms of compliance audit, within the purpose, it make it clear say a compliance audit is conducted to assess an organization's adherence to specific laws, regulations, policies, and procedures that apply to its operations. So that's not the purpose of this compliance audit. So when you look at the purpose, on not feel say this procedural issue about saying, like I talk about the financial statement audit. If you suspect fraud, you then bring and come to the person where give the receipt and say, well, try for verify this thing, let understand. If you're not able to get that, then you go another other source. So waiting at the focus of this one, it primarily focuses on evaluating whether an organization is following the established rules and regulations relevant to its industry or sector. So that's not the key purpose. It's sort of straightforward, but I need for reader and let people understand. So the key areas then now, the auditors examine internal policies, processes, and procedures to verify that the organization is in compliance with legal requirements, contractual obligations, and industry standards. So all them three components here for make sure say the auditor examine them policies then they for let them meet their industrial standards here. So waiting at the role of the auditor in this procedure. So the auditor's role is to identify any instances of non-compliance, report on them, and make recommendations for corrective action. So you don't just stop no more and say, okay, well, we don't realize this now forged document and stuff. No, the role it go beyond that. It go beyond that in the sense that then get for recommend, because the essence of audit now for stop the waiting I go call the normal and they. So then thing them way we all know want. Now the role of the the audit service for let them bring that and they recommend how for correct then thing and they let not happen again. So in terms of the stakeholders, meaning the people them way like the president, your office and stuff like that. So compliance audits are typically required. I want to now underline that are typically required by regulatory agency. Well, yeah, we get regulators them. One regulator in Canada where they regulate the financial institutions them. We call them OSFI. Like you always they after we department and stuff like that because we they crunch the financial numbers them and stuff. So within our OSFI now basically the office now OSFI. So the office of the superintendent of financial institution. I know say Boku people are not familiar with that, but we in Canada now Dande now the agency where they responsible for make sure say then we follow them procedure and and policies them, and America then gets their own. England and gets their own and things like that. So I just want for bring and come to our attention. I don't know whose agency we the responsible for this na salon, unfortunately. But it said compliance audits are typically required by regulatory agencies, government entities, or contractual agreements. And the primary stakeholders are often the entities imposing the compliance requirements. So you see the requirement, and this now the funny part. The government supposed for support this, for make
Yeah.
sure say the particularly the president, because this not a legacy then at the line, and this not something
Yeah.
where it don't preach say it go come after corruption. And how you they able for fight corruption now for in the first place make people then comply with the policies and procedures where they in place, because if they comply, that will minimize this kind of they see so. So because of the not comply, look the recent report say the president in office it gets the highest amount of money where they go withdraw from the bank account, salon bank account,
Yeah.
and they not present document. So then they definitely in a malpractice.
Yeah.
So that one day now something where it go against the policy. So you ask yourself the question now, why the president, even when he see this, I don't say ever do address her. I go
No.
pause here and like I just kind of if you get anything where you want to follow up, but this now the two
Yeah.
difference between the compliance and the financial audit.
So basically, the state then they lay the argument say, a financial audit was conducted, whereas the Auditor General they say no, a compliance audit was conducted. But even when you look at the two, even if not it be a financial audit that was conducted, which wasn't the case here, because that's what the defense said, we did not ask to do a financial. If even they had done a financial audit, the rules of the financial audit mandate them that if they see anything fishy, if they smell a cat, if they smell a rat, right? If they smell anything foul, they have to go after that foul smell. Then get for trace suicidal stench they come out, right? And then here they are doing a compliance audit. When they do the compliance audit, based on what Una presents to them, they did not go smelling, they did not go sniffing. You did not just give them a blanket budget, you gave them a receipt. Now then duty for ascertain say this receipt where Una give me, so this receipt is valid, this receipt is authentic. This receipt say, decide where you say you get this receipt, now then you get this receipt from. The person will issue this receipt to you, now issue the callers, please don't go the 3 callers on the line, please wait, I am coming, right? Now they now issue this receipt to them. Someone just doing their job. Just doing their job. But then now the state go ahead and say that they violate, then conduct, then do malpractice. Malpractice what? Because then go check, then go verify the third party. The person where you say issue this receipt where you give me, where you show me say as evidence of money where you take from the public. You say, I not been for go check, I not been for go verify with this person without I not make you know. Who's part na the rule book we say that? No sign na the rule book, no they will say that. We say I for go verify with you first. I for go corner to you first say that fufu ekro soup where you give me. I want make sure say where you say na lubin I even put inside, not a baking soda. I want make sure they go take and go na lab for go make sure say na lubin indeed now you put inside, not to baking soda you put inside. That is basically what they are saying here. They are asking this office, they are asking these people to do something that is against their professional code of ethics. I will take the call because I want to ask the question when we come back, why did the state feel they were within their rights or they were within the right to say that the office not for don't go verify the receipts there so where clearly within the rule book that is the first thing under the fraud, the risk of fraud, stated there clearly. You not only stated na the SI 4000, it also stated na the Act of 2014. So what is the state really playing at? Make I take the call. Caller waiting on I say waiting on her name. First caller waiting on your name and no say the call from.
Yeah, I just call again because there are some areas there where I not been complete. I've been saying I disagree with you, Mr. Karimo. Don't have the middle name, not remember the last name.
Yeah, that's fine. Karim is fine. Karim is
You've been say when we the debate on then here, will not forgo to religion, will not forgo to sport or whatever you say, will not forgo to. I disagree that now I make the world day like so right now. Because if I can answer the caller we been called say we they say father of democracy, Showdown are the mother na Satan. So for your part, all the government we don't they or then casted Lucifer from heaven for come down here. Now in the rule all them government here. And to you, I want to say I disagree. If I go to Isaiah 9:6, you can go there and check. Isaiah 9:6. When Isaiah they talk about Jesus Christ, say the government got for be on his shoulder. So that don't tell we say we the Christian get for fight against the devil. So if we say they sideline that, now I made them government here, they just do anything they want. Because what you do? Most of the government and at the wall, like Salon, we get lodge. America, we get the Freemason, we get the Illuminati. They are all a cult where they rule all this world. So if we say we not challenge them through godly, then we just make mistake. Because now they don't rule this world over 1,000 years. And my brother, they tell on Genesis 1:26. Let's check Genesis 1:26 and Genesis 2:7. Then you go understand what me been they say. And Genesis 6 and 7, they tell you, say, God said, mad way make human being because why we go against the laws. And what you make us say, Satan na the mother of democracy, na in tempt Eve, where Eve tempt Adam. And the creation of woman come through we own ribs, we own a man. And Hosea 4:6 they tell we say, my people are destroyed of lack of knowledge. So what you they say right now? If in the sideline say no, now this made them dominate because the churches been they say no, I don't want to interfere with politics. I don't want to do this. But the doctrine, the way we can sacrifice for we. They don't tell you say the government get for be on his shoulder. Waiting get for happen when you read from Matthew to Revelation, they tell you what Jesus Christ they do. Where even the church they go against them because waiting do it come for righteousness. So not to where they go church, where they go mock sizing of men matter. Now waiting deeply now you at what you stand for. So if we talk right now, now they focus on God back because God now they take everything where they happen right now. We understand. He know the good, he know the bad. The father of Satan are God. Now he create him. In Isaiah 14, from verse 12 to 16, go tell you. In the father of Satan.
Well, it's rather unfortunate that time don't beat you, but
Yeah,
call me back.
don't beat you. So you
Yeah,
go call me back.
yeah, I will left and someone in there with Matilda. Let help we decide because I'm not a Christian. Me not get anything for me. No comment, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah, indeed, no comment as well as for the last call and the last submission. I'll just go to the next caller. Caller, waiting on your name and no say the call from.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Cole and Mr. Kagbo. Me, Na Ahmed, the call from UK. Good to see you back, guys. On another fruitful discussion. You see, all what you know the talk, it makes sense actually. But I think say if we all don't do for land for the past years, why I begin to listen from these viewers with a lot of talented people. Then we get lawyers, then we get a top economics accountants. They don't break down all of these economic policy principles and USA don't fall short in us alone. But still, the people they wait for listen. I don't know if I know they listen. Listen. Mr. Kango, you mentioned one thing, say you want to go with Mr. Shilon. Sometimes when you say Mother be a beneficiary of the bad constitution. I want to differ, just the coaching Umar talk. Why will you go practice bad thing? This constitution make laws. Then laws also they say now they're all bad. This constitution now we don't meet from all set to know there are certain clauses and they're not good. But why we go bank on? Why you go become a beneficiary of something way bad? I don't understand that language. How can somebody be beneficial for something way bad? Why you not go benefit for something way good? I want somebody to date me. Why you matter they use certain clause and the way it bastardized completely? Look at the census. What did the census tell me? Look what you want, what you do. Look at the PR system. Do we need the PR system in the first place? Won't we not come from the war time? When people then cry, I don't know what you end up for do. So it tells you how this guy been desperate. These people, I don't understand. Like the previous speaker said, woman, this guy don't live now abroad. You don't see how, constitution, at least how people in the not to say the American constitution all good, but because they care about the people, then they do the good thing. At least there must be some odds. But if somebody will become beneficiary of bad something that is bad, find a way for maintenance, for make change and what may be good, I don't understand that. Which kind of politics you want for practice our country? How want for encourage certain leaders like Mother being kind, where they bastardize the laws? We see, even the court system, it must do everything. Look at statistics, look at PPRC. We see all of that. There are some rules in those issues the day before. Of course, we see how then they operate. But today, look, what he do? He change all of their heads there. He just bring young people there. For making, he twist the laws them. Then we say that beneficiaries of Sheikh Stephen in constitution or Ms. Magai or whosoever, whether they ever write hand. At least when we talk about we talk about even Momo way right hand, it not mean too bad. Momo was a very calm person. I mean, when I be small, young person, when he go na Christian up Christian with the West, na that church, who they go to map na the mouth, who they shake and all. Those days, I mean, we young, and then they me grow up. So even me so bastardized things, and then of course don't catch to the peer democracy now. We see how Chidankaba Nikuno not be perfect and the school markham, but then lost they still the day, although they fail for change certain things here. But why in not can be beneficial of sacking even the Auditor General? Because they do the right thing. We see how the all certain things there, they change the manufacture lost them. Even though you look at the Mr. Kagwe analyze the election, the tallying process, what did the constitution tell we? But you not go to us with that. He managed to change the clause. So how? So it tells me, listen, me people in Sierra Leone. This is not about Madam Yegin or APC or that. This is a bad thing. This is something we all get for fight against, including the women for the way they educate people and so. Because
Okay, sorry, Colin, at 3 minutes everybody gets, and we don't they come really close to the end of the show. But one thing where the caller say though about being a benefactor of a bad law, it make and clear say, when laws are bad, you don't abuse, you don't use it for your advantage. If indeed you're sincere and you want to see change, I think say the onus is upon you for make sure say they correct the laws then. put things in place that will be beneficial for all. But on the other hand, I still understand what Mr. Cargo can say, a benefactor of bad laws. And then he just sit on the coast along. Look at the recent appointment of, was it the political party chairperson, right? The political party chairperson,
Yes, and
just,
I'm glad we bring that
yeah,
up because that in a
yeah.
one major example.
Yeah, this is how people abuse their power. This is how people abuse, the existence of bad laws, and they make it they make it work for them, even though they know say waiting and they do wrong. I mean, how can a simple lawyer, an ordinary lawyer, turn, chairman for political party, wey just bamboozle all the political parties, then did was a complete mess, turn everything into a mess. And now, like what I can say, Sierra Leone, our leaders have this thing of compensating bad behaviors. And so therefore, for his bad behavior, he's now being rewarded. So this person now, he gone from being just a lawyer. It's now, being rewarded, as a Supreme Court judge. Could you imagine? This person bypassed the High Court, being a High Court judge. He bypassed appeal court. So from a lawyer, then jet set him directly to a Supreme Court judge. You not do High Court, you not do appeal court, nothing. What qualifies him? The qualification is that thank you for putting a mess in the system. Thank you for messing up all the other people. Thank you for putting barriers in their way. Now let me compensate you, make a shake you, and that's basically what it is. I will go to the next caller. Caller waiting at your name and who say the call from. Hello,
Hello?
caller. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah,
Your name and
thank you
where
so
you.
much. At the start, Mr. Kago, how they do material I want to do, at the start with Mr. Kago, I don't know if I'm mistaken, but it say the office of the president, whatever. Uh, no, let me start with audit, the whole audit process. Audit now for check internal system if it's working. Internal control system if it's working. That is all about audit. Mr. Kawo will agree with me that internal control system if it's working. That is all. All go up and down now for check the internal control of every organization if it's working. Then the audit, then auditing. Don't go to the office of the president. The office of the president, you get a lot of institutions under their office as a whole. Okay. The money allegedly, where the audit service is allegedly was withdrawn from the office. We all understand saying infrastructural development of whether Mr. Tambe, Dr. Tambeba, maybe the head of office. Is he still the head of that office? The question is no. So Mr. Kabo, we say nothing have been done, there's action taken. The head have been changed. There's action taken. Let me come to the one we end off Liga B because Bangura, Masangi Bangura, Namawa Adonsabia is a lawyer more than 20 years standing. Naba. Okay, if we're going to take a ghost standard in America, I want after here everybody read for let become a Supreme Court judge. It's not a Chief Justice. It's not a Chief Justice for they become a Supreme Court judge in America. Yeah, waiting at the bar. You don't have to even be a lawyer. I challenge anybody. You don't have to even be a lawyer, and not go to salon. Waiting at the bar, set for there be a Supreme Court judge at salon. Please, if something don't happen, now the thing that you talk, we might disagree.
So
Bio has done nothing wrong. Bio has done nothing wrong. No country not say you will become a high court judge, you will become a magistrate, you will become high court judge.
And you
Because
answer.
it's clear. Okay, you want to say something here, Matilda?
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead, please. Finish up.
Okay, I see you want to interject me. Go read the constitution. The constitution of Sierra Leone, in the president, always say that it uphold. He has done nothing wrong for let legal beef become a Supreme Court judge. It's not the Chief Justice, which are Thursday we are listening to Mr. Bangura, CEO Mr. in reports. He said he was misinterpreting. He have replaced.
Kagbo.
He have replaced the man, Mr. Kagbo. They say he have replaced this the CJ. It's not the CJ, but bring it out if the president have violated Sierra Leone constitution. No, he has done nothing. Liga B has more than 20 years standing in the back of Sierra Leone. He has all right to be nominated as a Supreme Court judge unless the parliament not approve him. Please don't misinform people.
Okay, so okay, thank you very much, caller, because you termed done. But on the same token, before Mr. Kagbo addressed this, I want to say in that same breath, somebody correct him, and Mr. Kagbo apologized right there on the spot and said he had the Chief Justice in his mind when he was speaking. However, thanks for the correction where the caller make at the 10.
Yeah, actually, yeah, just for interject, not to pause and correct me. Now, where are they read them? I realize they now justice of the Supreme Court. Not to pause and correct me. So now me pick them up and say, okay, well, not to the Chief Justice, and I make the correction and I apologize for that. So again, that's a part of the due diligence. So not to post incorrect. Now me just pick them up as I read. So thank you.
Yeah, there was due diligence done right there, fact checking, and then he realized an error. He make and plain say, listen, what I said was erroneous. He apologized, he corrected himself. So for bring this come back to the show and put it as if he did not realize his error, he did not apologize for his error, and that he was feeding the public erroneous information, I think it's nefarious of you, caller. It's very nefarious. I'll leave it there. I'll go to the next caller. Caller, waiting on your name and who side they call from.
The caller don't drop.
Okay, so that's gonna be our last call for tonight. Unfortunately, just because of the time, and I go want to make Mr. Kagbo just deal with this last part of where the state now. Their main thrust of thing was the third party thing. Approaching a third party without the consent or the approval of, the alleged person or the auditee in question, the auditee which would be the office of the president in question. Inside this, we get a witness, because not forget say over 10 counts them or 10 plus counts them were levied against the Auditor General and a deputy. The state brings 7 witnesses forward. Out of the 7 witnesses, now only one person, 90 map say yes, this, that, which when you follow the case and you listen, you could clearly tell that this person was framed, this person was brown envelope, and this person didn't even know what they were saying, pretty much, right? Because they did not even have the qualification or the gravitas to even stand witness for testify on waiting them in the testify on, because they not get the rigor, the professional rigor for even do the kind work where they call them for can testify. But more importantly, there was something that came out during the trial where an international expert can testify about waiting the case, the state, then they pin on. And I want to read that statement there from the international expert who testified during the trial, and how we make a clear say, and how it became really, really clear that the state really has no case. They were just throwing darts to see what will stick. And unfortunately, for this particular one, the dirt did not stick. I don't know if the technical team were able to pull that particular, statement there from the witness, from the international witness. We take the stand.
Yeah, yes, and while at the display, I want to apologize because we'll not be able to cut that part there. But I want to
Yeah.
apologize for all the pictures, them and stuff, because this taken directly from the website when political Sierra Leone, and
Right.
we all know say in my opinion, like the one way they are abroad, yeah, they're incredible. So again, I just want to make that in there for let people and just disregard all the pictures and stuff. So you can go ahead,
Indeed.
the headline
Okay.
and stuff.
Yeah, so basically what it says is that the audit tribunal, auditee needs no consent for third party confirmation witness. So if we keep for go down, waiting that basically mean, if you can enlarge it a bit for me, that will be great, please. If you okay, so I'm just going to read the first two because it's a lengthy write up. I'm just going to read the first two paragraphs. It says a witness to the respondents in the ongoing tribunal set up to investigate the suspended Auditor General Lara Taylor Pierce and a deputy for alleged misconduct has told the tribunal in an auditing process, the auditor need not seek the consent of the auditee before conducting a third party, contacting
Yeah,
a third party for confirmation of evidence. So, keyword here, need not seek. So, you don't need the permission of the office of the president. You don't need for consult the office of the president before conducting the third party. The third party in this case, when have been the different hotels, receipts them, where the office of the president present as authentic receipts, at authentic expenses from the office of the president, where you go audit and verify. So this person, Anna Vivian Bells, an expert witness with over 25 years experience as an auditor and 40 years in accounting, testified before the tribunal in Sierra Leone on Tuesday, 12th December 2023. So this person is somebody where gets over 25 years experience of auditing, over 40 years of experience, in accounting. So he know the rigor, he know the book inside out, he know the rules, he knows wetin apply. So basically, wetin the states don't present as their own argument, the number one star line argument, the thing where they bond them, the thing where they eat them up. It turned out for be it's throwing dirt. So at this junction, the tribunal don't end. We still the wait for the verdict a month after. Where do we go from here, Mr. Kagbo? And why did the state, why? Because they can so precipitous, they can so be in the hurry, majiji, for lay claim, for make count. And most of the case, and most of the time we have noticed when they do these things, they are doing it in spite. They are doing it as a form of vendetta, not necessarily for the best interest or in the best interest of the state. So what do you get for Sisa?
well, I know say you say a long write up, but the
You
second
want me
part
to
is no.
you want
I
me
go
to
pick am from here. Yeah, I go pick am from here because the point where I want for make really. That point where you be the type for say the difference between the finance statement auditing and the compliance auditing. So this, the witness, I go kind of read this side because I really want to make the case now. Yeah. So the witness, however, noted that the issue of consent applies to finance auditing, dealing with financial institutions, pointing out that there is a confidential agreement between a banking institution and its customers, which ought to be upheld. So this now the difference that way, for some reason, I believe say they know that, but they want twister. So that thing where you need for ask for consent of from you client, it only applicable in this case to financial institutions, and then give the reason why. According to him, compliance auditing, which deals with laws and regulations, I be don't tell you now waiting at the compliance auditing, and performance auditing, which deals with the structure of an institution, does not require the audit to seek the consent of the institution being audited when requesting third-party confirmation. Let me explain what in this mean.
Mr.
So waiting,
make I
yes.
just before you go forward, I will just draw people their attention. Una remember Mr. 1%. Una remember that situation of the disappearance of the 1.5 million. When they go to the bank, then go request the bank for statements. Waiting the bank tell them say. Una remember that situation there? I just want jog on a memory. Mr. Kagbo, go along.
And a very good example though, because again, the institution is just like with your doctor as well. Even if you wife or you man, we're not legally married, go to your doctor and say he won't forget information about you. Because then take oath for confidentiality, then go say no. And even if, let's say, you didn't die in bed and stuff like that, if they not get any proof, say the person be don't give consent before, except for rare cases, they still go say no, we know they release that person the information. So now in that similar light, that financial institution come in, where make you need an express consent of the the person we involve, the auditee, for say yes, the financial institution can release the statement and all that stuff then they. So that's not the major difference there. But then they emphasize now saying the auditor breach that confidentiality there. So I just want to let people to understand that. So waiting involve like for go verify that receipt and all that stuff then they. No, financial confidentiality not supposed for hold. So and that's the witness they say as well. So I don't know if it down answer your question or that clarity they make people for able to understand the difference where the state say the Auditor General and in deputy then breach that confidentiality. So that then a bogus claim.
Yeah,
In all water, in all water.
Definitely in all water, because that money they na the state coffers it come out. That money they not to inside President Bio in personal accounts it come out. Not to President Bio in personal spending. Not to President Bio then the audit. Now the office they audit, and the office money now inside the state coffers it they come out. Now inside the consolidated fund it they come out. And anything where they come out inside the consolidated fund, the office, the Auditor General office get right for auditor. Now so me they tap this one also. So at this point, Mr. Kago, where do we go from here? Where do we see this case going? Sierra Leone'S, I hope we've taken the time to educate una. And we don't show now the nuance with the two, the arguments where the states they bring come and the logic where clearly the pathway the suspended Auditor General they use where they within the mandate of an office, where they within in professional ethics code of conduct, where they be within the rule book of a practice of an office. What should we expect? from these, from the tribunal, what do you think would come out of it, and your final word on this?
Yes, and again, I know saying okay, like fuller we go back and try for correct, we call us them and stuff, but then they are go left up to you. But that caller we say again, common sense. You they deal with legal issues them as the Supreme Court for interpret the Constitution in a legal sense. And then you say you don't even need for be a lawyer for be part of that bench day. So my brother, but listen to yourself. Just listen to yourself. And look America, where then Supreme Court, and you say even America self. Listen to yourself. Why you feel say that they grill them people them where they want where they appoint to the Supreme Court? Because the decision where then they make is final. So how you know go get legal background and you get even as a judge, like experience as a judge. Because again, let me can clear to me, brother, the difference between a judge and a lawyer. A lawyer, when they argue a case, now your opinion you they give.
Right.
Now your opinion you they give as a lawyer. But as a judge, you they interpret the law. So you see the difference? So if you don't practice as a lawyer, I mean as a judge, you don't practice at all. Tell me whose experience you get for know how to interpret the law. So you know some of your brothers there look where they try for so they mislead and stuff like that. But common sense, a lawyer without practicing as a judge, you not for qualify for sit down na that position where you go say you na Supreme Court judge. Because the Supreme Court is there for interpret the Constitution. So I go tap and day for that, my brother. Let it go back. We not get time for pull the Constitution and stuff because most times you can just throw things based on an assumption. So I'm not gonna go too far with that because otherwise, where did they vet people them now America abroad here? They're not gonna go back to the judgments them. The judgments the way they don't make because enough are considered necessary. If you not even need for be a judge, for become a Supreme Court justice. So I go just a kind of just weird. Say you they deal with judicial matters, but you don't need for be a lawyer for let you sit on that panel day. And one other thing though, before I kind of wrap up, one other thing though, where I want for do to me brother attention, we talk about conflict of interest. Say that one day a professional misconduct is considered.
Yeah.
The PPRC salon they go through, waiting that they go through so because of combination of the PPRC and the ECSL, the negligence. Again, I'm not going for scared. The proof day. So the PPRC certain rulings then they where certain case then they then delay on it and they rule wrongly. For example, Femi Claudius Cole, they bring case before the PPRC and stuff. Look how they treat them. And waiting for make them disqualify that woman. And it's so clear that na political strategy. Because if you be there, for be take vote. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So my brother, they are big. For like the PPRC, the head of the PPRC, this terrible state of the election will happen. You give within months of waiting he do, you get this position where in your humble opinion, it not qualify. So you feel say conflict of interest not there, not a compensation for the thing where it do for the government or the president particularly. Yes. Well, to me, it depends on who that you be for assess them as bad behavior. Now make I know what for say bad behavior. Because in the president's eye, this go considered a loyalist. Somebody will loyal to him. So he not go see him as bad behavior. So again, depending upon but again,
at the end of the day, Mr. Kago, who loses? who suffers at the end of the day? Who wins?
Exactly.
Your win is just but for a time period and capsule. His win, the president's win, is just but for a time period and capsule. But when you look at that time period compared to, the entire time period, who wins and who loses?
Well,
And
if
is
a
it
very yeah, the answer is very clear, Matilda. I know say yes, we don't run out of time. The answer is very clear, and the colors them we they on, and Matilda can always say that when I know it stay the last minute, it not go back. So it don't close the lines them. So unfortunately, we're not going to take any other calls. But this is very clear saying the losers. It even involved President Bill. You know why I say that? Look at Ernest Koroma right now. It disregard reasonable reforms. We don't commodity so right now. Now that same terrible thing them or laws them, they use against them so.
yeah.
So you see, so it's still there in beyond interest. For like is strengthening, there is strengthening their institutions here instead of undermine them. Because to me, all this it undermine them. So tell me, this person where you feel where it feels say it don't be compensated by the president. You don't feel say by itself, it go take and say he owe the president an obligation. So if case come before him where the president get interesting, it's very clear. Now that similar mentality Donald Trump beget. Where he feels say in case because it don't put majority of the Supreme Court justices now the Supreme Court it be so glad let we go to the Supreme Court for them case here and stuff like that. Yeah, but a surprise unpleasantly where they're not ruling in favor, so then throw away most of in case them because they're not be get any merit. So even where they don't do the recount is still they complain. So let we not go too deep into that. But you ask me of I hope no more say before you wrap up, you go show people in the polls where we they conduct, even
Yeah,
though we don't get too many
exactly.
people
I
in
was
where they
gonna let
watch
you
because of the
answer the
soccer.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here is my final take. Again, as I be they say, this is not appeal to President Bill. This thing where you they do so, it gets for come back for haunt you. The reason being, if you be don't allow proper auditing procedure that you office, but cutting them they a big office and you busy, but cutting them the way they go on, the people the way they work for you, they use take advantage of the fact say you they protect that office day from proper auditing. So then go they engage in so much corruption, but you now you they take and say now wherefore expose them, rather you take them personal and say for protect your office because now your office. That's not wrong move. You're not supposed for take them personal. You not to you most of them disbursement here, not to you personally they do them. Then just they report to you. Power don't make the payment for that hotel day and stuff like that. So it be supposed for be in your interest for give Madam Lara Taylor Pierce all the support we in team require for let them push over this. If you be do that, you for probably minimize the thing them way they discover this past audit. Because for like the withdraw money, they not show supporting document. Then they're shameful to you, Mr. President. So now that's make it there in your interest. And the other way again where I feel say is supposed for the in your interest, if you allow proper auditing, when you they left the office, you don't get anything where you get for worry about. Whether them bring commission of inquiry or whatnot, because you go point to that audit report and say Ask if even them bring the Auditor General as witness for let it testify against you, you can able count on them say, you no be obstruct them. You allow them for proceed with a audit service. And the report where it put out, it shows say you answer clean. So then therefore even help you down the road. So now he make us say in even the president interest, and now for the country, this is the country in interest because now one of the several ways them for minimize corruption. Because remember, anti this audit service, they even get the mandate for audit anti-corruption.
Yeah.
So if they get the mandate for audit anti-corruption, so una see if anti-corruption for whatever reason it going to take bribe for let people and make it look the other way and stuff, the audit service the auditor. So that's not something again we're very, very important. As much as they audit parliament, they audit everybody as long as they take public money, they use public money. So I want for appeal finally to my brothers and sisters them. That's not an APC or SLPP case. This not Salone case. Let me forget for the fact say this woman, even then the SLPP folks them, when they write the GTT report, it very clear say the oldest woman to high esteem. And I feel say then question really, genuinely, then go question that woman in capability, in qualification. And I feel so. But however, because of like how I be said before, because of them feel say that good strategy and whatnot, let me say the election don't pass. Mr. President, to me, I go really on behalf of Sierra Leone'S them and on behalf of myself as a Sierra Leonean, let them reinstate that woman. Let them get a job because na bad precedent. And as Koma, we don't set a terrible precedent where a fire a vice president. How many years ago now? Over 11 years ago, over 15 years ago, we still they talk about that. And now the terrible nature Danny, of setting a bad precedence. So again, where I look Nyaka the story, I not see any wrongdoing here from the Auditor General. And then they re-echoed by the professional witness we then put on the stand. So until next time, I don't know when again, Madam Matilda go drag me come. I want to tell una boku thank you for way una listen to me and take the sense out of the nonsense where they say. For me, to una all, let God bless una with una family and God bless the one and only country where we call Mama Salone. Una thank you and thank you again, Matilda, for where you get me on board. And for me, una tata. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kagbo. And now I will go to the polls. Them I know for saying and now the number then the pick up. Obviously, the game done. Uda don't lost, it don't lost. Uda get kakto. Uda get for go cry blood. But the numbers they now just they go up woo on the different platforms them. But I want to go to the polls. And then one day we've been in a line where they wait for call. I always don't tell you now with me, the moment I start and I say the phone lines are open, believe the phone lines are open because I am not so generous in extending the time. I am very disciplined when it comes to time and time management. So I will go to the polls, make a read out
Yeah.
in the polls.
So this one are from YouTube.
Okay, so basically from YouTube, so about 12 people then vote, even though currently we get over 100 people then where they watch. We get the not guilty verdict Okay, make I start, make I read everything. So the guilty verdict, nobody voted guilty. The not guilty verdict, 83% of the people voted not guilty. And then 17% of the people voted uncertain or in undecided, right? So based on this one, so definitely I would say the people of Sierra Leone thus far believe in the professionalism of Madam Laratelopias and in deputy, then believe say they not conduct themselves in any way they misuse the authority of their office. Now I will go to the Facebook exit poll. Make we see what in Nandi they tell we.
Yes, just a moment. Will you try for bring that up, please?
Okay.
You can proceed with your closing, and
Okay.
I will make you know
So
where we bring.
basically, they pull me here backwards, okay? They pull me here backwards, people, and when I see my skin, when I see how clear and how clean and how nice and how beautiful my skin is, that is the confidence I have in these two people. As when I see how clear and how beautiful and how crisp my skin is, that is my confidence saying that that is how they conducted themselves. That is how they did their job. And like one another, they see one spot, nothing. Now, so I feel say they not conduct themselves with any spot whatsoever. They are blemish free. So if really waiting una say, nine una one for fet when a corruption, una stop the vindictiveness, una stop the small boy attitude, the little brain mentality, and reinstate those women and a deputy back to their rightful position because they have done nothing wrong. They have only conducted themselves in a professional manner, ensuring that they go by the rule book. And also, I don't understand what it means for go by the rule book, but there are still some of us who believe in ethics, who believe in conducting ourselves within our professional lines and limits. And therefore, that is what they have done. So you, on the other hand, conduct yourself likewise and no let shame, and ego, beat una, pass una. Do the right thing. You know what the right thing is to do. Do it. And now I will go to the Facebook exit poll, whether what basically 18 people them 18%. So two people them 18% them say them feel say she's guilty, and then six people them 55% say not guilty, and then three people then 27% say they are uncertain or undecided. Well, listen, people, this is what I have to say to you. When we combine all of these put together, clearly we know that the Sierra Leonean people just agree with me in this clear, non-blemish representation of their work. And so therefore, I would say we would wait. The state, make it swift, make it quick, because una no one for drag and say when the international money powers that been holding purse string, then una go look now, okay, waiting the way for satisfy them with. Then una can wala away, boom, 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 boom. No, we cannot always do that. Do the right thing, reinstate her, give her back her job because she's done nothing wrong. I go really, we they watch this case, we they follow this case, and as soon as there is a verdict, we can sit down and also back and deliberate on the outcome of the verdict and how the state arrive, or not the state, well, the tribunal arrive at the verdict and at then conclusion, then concluding statement and final verdict. Now I want for, before we go, I just want for take 2 minutes and give a shout out to me picking them. Me hope for you to picking them. Me hope for you to sister them. Me hope for you to brother them. Me hope for you to auntie them. Me hope for you to uncle, you guys have done a fantastic job. The shout out definitely the go to Afford Moyamba. Oh yeah, I get some aunties them. As a matter of fact, we attended Afford. The boarding school. I just want to say a big shout out to Una for Hope for Youth, Afford Moyamba, for going to the government hospital today. As a matter of fact, this morning, Una go with Una broom, Una bucket, Una water, Una soap, Una gloves, and you did what waiting community is about, waiting building society is about. Una go clean the entire hospital, una clean the wards them, una clean the windows them, una clean the compound them, una scrub waiting need for be scrubbed down, una clean the walls them, wash the walls down, wash the windows down, roots the grass now, the compound them we don't overgrown and what have you. Kudos. Hope for you, Afford girls. Listen, know that there is one over here that is rooting for you, that believes in you, and keep the fire burning up for you. And definitely the shout out. I could not have finished the show tonight without shout out me Afford girls them from Hope for Youth. And I know for say, I staunch, member of Hope for Youth, Hope for Youth, staunch believer in, the organization, and any opportunity I get to shout them out, I will shout them out, because I will talk about the process where I believe, and the process where I know for say, they make change. So yeah. Thank you very much, girls. Thank you to the headmistress. Thank you for the Hope for Youth president. One day I'll tell you the story of this girl and how, when you believe in something, when there are oppositions along the way, sometimes people try to block your destiny. But when God don't destine you for something, for greatness, He has destined you for greatness. I will talk about this that one way sit on, so where they clean the window right now. I'll talk about her story one day, and it will amaze you that this would have been an hope lost. But because of the existence of Hope for Youth, it's a hope recovered. Thank you very much, people. May God bless we all. May God bless the land that we love, Republic, our Mama Salon. And may God give us good leaders, good people that will propel, that will do the right thing, that will forget about self and really seriously focus about the whole. Not just the piece, but the whole. May God bless you all until next week. Onatata.
Nana Kamara here, the president of Hope for Youth Afford Ladies Club, doing the window. Nana has learned not to ask what Sierra Leone is doing for her, but what she can do for Sierra Leone. Nana, can you say hi? Hi.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Hello, Dr. Bull. Good morning. And all the team in USA and Hope for Youth Sierra Leone and the USA branch. We are here with the medical superintendent, Dr. Musa. We've just done the cleaning and we've done our bits, and we are going back to school with the girls. Here is Mr. Bendu, another anesthetic or whatever. He's here. They have been all around with us. They were here as early as 7 o'clock. The doctor was here to make sure we have the gears and we have all the things to help us do the cleaning. We want to say thank you to Dr. Musa and thank you to Mr. Bendu for accepting us. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.